Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading, and this one is actually going to be a timeless message filled with post-retrograde advice. All right, so the intention behind this reading is to give you some sort of clarity or insight that you can move forward with after the retrograde season. Whenever you see this, we have more than one retrograde throughout the year and the years. So whenever you see this is when you need to see it most. I am actually filming this post Mercury retrograde in Leo in the year of 2025. So we are currently in the shadow period of the retrograde, and I just felt like some of you guys may need some sort of insight on how to move forward now that the lessons should be completed and or processed. All right, so you have 5 options to choose from on the screen. Please choose however many you feel drawn to, and if you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. All right, let's get started. Hi, Pile 1. You're the pile that chose image 1. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that may be most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 31, 7. I hope that frequency isn't too loud. I'm seeing 31, 7, 8, 15, and 30 may be relevant numbers for you. Could be ages, could be dates, things like that. Somebody in here could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Cancer or a Leo or a Virgo, a Gemini or a Cancer, a Pisces or an Aries. I'm also seeing Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Capricorn Moon in specific may be relevant. Someone could be an Aries or an Aquarius, a Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and that's it so far. Now, it looks like your wait. Before I actually got into your message, while I was shuffling for your pile in specific, I was channeling the song by Bag Raiders. I believe it's called Shooting Star. That's like dim 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 dim. Right. So I was hearing that song, and then I was hearing the song by Pussycat Dolls, which is When I Grow Up. Okay, so it's like, when I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be in movies. Some of you guys may like music. Some of you guys could be musicians. You don't have to be. There's something significant here. Like maybe you were getting a lot of messages through music during the retrograde. But there's something significant here about your dreams, what you want to do growing up, or at least your motivations behind what you wanted to do being revisited. So I really feel like what this retrograde was meant to show you or teach you was that what you wanted was possible. Okay, that what you wanted was possible as long as you had the proper motivations behind it and or were consistent in your efforts to achieve it. Your spirit team were really actively around you during the retrograde. And I feel like they're still currently around you, but I feel like they were really actively around you during the retrograde because life seemed to slow down. Some of y'all could have felt like your money slowed down. Some of y'all could have felt like your work slowed down. Maybe even, again, your motivation behind what you were doing, or at least your productivity. It may not have been your motivation behind what you were doing that slowed down, but maybe like the process of you putting things out. Prior to the retrograde, some of you guys were just taking risk all willy-nilly. Okay. Or you were ready to take a risk on some sort of project, new beginning, opportunity, whatever it was. But for some of you at the time, I feel like your motivation behind it was purely financial and or for ego purposes. Maybe some of you guys wanted to be seen as exalted amongst your peers, or maybe some of you felt like you needed to stand out because you couldn't find a crowd where you fit in, or you didn't fully understand why you were doing what you were doing. You were just going through the motions. But there's something here about your spirit team giving you an opportunity to take a second to balance out your emotions, to balance out your efforts, to possibly even connect with people who are on a similar path, to connect more with your feminine energy. The retrograde, whatever retrograde you were in, was meant to help you connect more with your feminine energy. Instead of the go, go, go of masculine energy, some of y'all took some time to daydream. Some of you took more time to reflect on what you were creating, to take your time to create, to be more creative, all right? Some of you added more color into your life, or possibly even after the retrograde, you feel a desire to add more color into your life, to stay more optimistic about what it is to come. Because now I feel like you kind of understand why you do what you do, or what you want to do moving forward, at least. Finances were a huge focal point. Again, I don't know if your money was slowing down, or if you were confused about how you wanted to make money, or what your motivations behind making money was. But I definitely get the vibe that some of y'all needed to do some shadow work. There was some shadow work behind your finances that needed to be taking place to help you figure out what you wanted to do long term, rather than just for immediate gratification. And for some of you, again, the immediate gratification could have been clout. The immediate gratification could have been trying to prove someone wrong. Maybe you were proving your parents wrong. Maybe you were proving your friends wrong. Maybe you wanted to, like, I don't know, to crap on an ex or something like that. Like, I'm getting, some of you wanted to succeed for shallow reasons in the past, or not for the best reasons. Not that your motivations were negative, but I'm even getting a vibe where it was like again, I'm getting like this dog eats dog type of world vibe that may have been coming off of you. You were way more defensive prior to this retrograde. You were way more focused on making sure that you were good, and you weren't as focused on making sure that your efforts contributed to a greater good. But post the retrograde, it seems like you do know what your motivations are, or you do understand why your inner child wants you to be on this path, or what it is that your inner child needs to feel fulfilled in this lifetime for you to be fully in your purpose. So your post retrograde advice really is like, believe in your dreams, and recognize that there are, other people on your path that also have similar motivations. And teamwork makes the dream work. So you're better together than apart if you're with the right crowd. All right. If you're with the right crowd, if you're around the right people, you're better together. If you're around people who are also motivated by similar things, then you'll be more likely to feel motivated to complete certain tasks, or to just to be fully in alignment. Like some of you at one point in time were really operating from a space of fear. Maybe you weren't even fully going after your dreams how you wanted to, again, because you wanted to be accepted or seen a certain way by your peers, by your family, by your parents, who knows. But I feel like after the retrograde, after that period of slowdown, after that period of facing some level of karma around previous actions within your career, it looks like you now have a newfound motivation for what you do, all right, or for what you want to do in the world. Some mantras to close out your reading. I pulled these for your pile in specific. You have, when I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally, support will surround me, and movements will form. All right. When I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally, support will surround me, and movements will form. That's one oracle. You also have an oracle at the bottom of the deck. It says, manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Can't make it up. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. I may end up taking a picture of those oracles and putting them on your screen. All right, so that's all that I have for my pile ones. Pile one, I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed that message. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If it resonates, turn on your notification bells. Check the description box for channel songs and booking information. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Talk to you guys later. Hi, pile two. You're the pile that chose image 2. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the signs and numbers that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 10, 48, 55, 29, and 6 as relevant numbers. Somebody could be a Libra or a Scorpio, a Sagittarius or a Capricorn, a Scorpio or a Libra, a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, a Cancer or a Gemini. I'm also getting Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon in specific. Someone could also be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Heavy on the water in this pile. I'm seeing Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius heavy in this pile. All right, you could have these placements in your chart. You could have been dealing with these signs. Something about this is significant for you. Now, some of you, this is a relationship pile too. And I do feel like something that's significant that you may have learned during this retrograde and or about yourself post retrograde is how sensitive you are. Pile 2. Some of you, this is definitely about your romantic relationships or the connections that you form with people, how they affect you, who you should be around, what type of dynamics benefit you and what doesn't. But also, I'm picking up on something here that like falls in alignment with your intake of things as well. So some of you may have realized during the retrograde that you need to change your diet. Maybe you went from, being a meat eater or someone that was not really super conscientious about what you eat into someone that was like, no more dairy, no more meat, no more this, no more that. Or if you were already someone that was on that path, maybe during the retrograde, you took some time to reevaluate like why you were on that path or why you needed to maintain a certain level of discipline when it came to whatever type of decisions you were making. I feel like a lot of you, what's expected of a retrograde is a slowdown period. So I feel like a lot of you definitely took some time to slow down and focus on yourself. Some of you could have even went through a breakup prior to the retrograde. Like maybe you were in a connection and then all of a sudden you were like, do I want to be in this connection? Is this where I feel I fit best? Should I focus on myself? You may have spent some time really focusing on yourself, especially if you did decide to break up or even if you weren't fully broken up with someone. I'm just getting like a lot of focus on you. Okay, a lot of focus on you and what you want to do and your motivations behind what you do during this retrograde, regardless of what retrograde it is. It seems like you needed to heal your intuition, pile 2. Some of you were going along with the rules or the beliefs of other people when it comes to relationships, or maybe even while you were in a certain relationship. Some of you were going along with whatever it was that was expected of you in that dynamic. But you may have started to realize like, I need to take a second to figure out what I want or what my bigger picture looks like, what it is that I desire, you know? What feels like success for me? What feels like a healthy relationship for me? And if this isn't just solely about romantic relationships, again, it's about your life, the people you connect with, the people you relate to, your friends, things like that, your family dynamics. Some of you could have even had a birthday during the retrograde, or, you may have a birthday going on currently. And if you do, happy birthday. But I'm getting this energy here where like some of you started to think about, the fact that you're getting older and the fact that you were maturing or you are maturing, and that you want to feel like you are benefiting from getting older, or you want to feel like you're progressing even if you are getting older. Like I'm getting that message in this pile. Some of you want to improve the quality of your life. If you feel like you were hanging around trash people in the past, or were eating trash food in the past, or were not doing what you felt was best for you, during the retrograde, you took some time to decompress and process your baggage and look at the people who were adding to your stress rather than contributing to your peace. And some of you may have realized like all you need is you. Others of you somebody in here could have met someone. Some of you may have met someone during the retrograde, or at least started thinking about someone during the retrograde that may have made you feel like you should start a new cycle in life, or that you should again, align with more people like this person. Like there's something here about connecting with people or connecting with more people that were motivating you. Okay. So even if you were in a soulmate connection, like for some of you, it's the same person. Some of you regained a spark within a relationship and felt more motivated to pursue this relationship after the retrograde. Like maybe you took some time away from your partner. Maybe you guys had a rift, whatever it was. But then after the retrograde, you revisited the connection. You were like, we both feel like the connection has gotten stronger after the fact. You know, we both feel like we're on the same page, even if we have different views or whatever it is, our motivations are similar. You know, because I'm currently filming this after a retrograde in Leo. That's really around your heart, the focus around your heart, the drive behind what you do. If it's heart based, I feel like some of you and a person could have reconnected with your heart space, and started trusting your intuition on whatever it was that your heart was telling you to do. But for others of you, there could have been a divide and a connection, in the process of you getting closer to your higher self. In the process of you becoming more authentic, there could have been a divide and a connection, a romantic connection, platonic connection, familial, whatever it was, that let you know that it was time to move on a new path, to connect with new people, to experience new levels of success, or what you define as success. And for some of you, this could have drawn you towards a new person, and or this is what's coming in. Like some of y'all are connecting with or will connect with more aligned people. It's like you chose to explore your options and you actually found something better. Pile two. Or you chose to release the illusion of what you thought a connection was or why you wanted to be in something, and then you finally found the motivation for what it was, and either found a renewed sense of motivation to pursue it, and or just found a new sense of motivation for whatever it is you truly want. Yeah. Some of y'all needed to forgive somebody. I don't know if you were forgiving yourself or you were forgiving someone else, but some of y'all needed to forgive somebody. I feel like you had to forgive somebody for, I don't know. Why did they have to forgive? Who were they forgiving during this retrograde? Some of y'all may have needed to forgive yourself. Some of you needed to forgive yourself. Yes. Possibly for seeking validation in what you were doing rather than doing what you needed best. I'm also getting some of you needed to forgive yourself for not pursuing something sooner. There could have been something that you wanted to do, a career path that you wanted to take, a way that you wanted to show up, that you weren't showing up prior to this retrograde. And after the retrograde, you may have felt more confident about who you were or what your morals were, your values were, your purpose behind what you were doing was. Okay. I'm also getting a sense of gratitude. Some of you guys had more gratitude for where you were and where you are currently after this retrograde. And divine timing, like why things work out on divine timing. Some of you guys experienced something like that was beneficial to you. Your mantras for this reading, because I want mantras for each group. You have, I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. Yes. Some of you could have been operating from a space of fear prior to this retrograde. This seems to be a consistent theme in the reading, but I'm getting some of you could have really been operating from a space of fear to the point where you may have clung to a connection or a situation, friend group, whatever it is, for the wrong reasons. Some of you guys were connected to someone because maybe you didn't want to be alone, or maybe you felt like you needed to appease whoever it was that you were with at the time. But after the retrograde, I feel like you were able to either look at this person from a different perspective, or you were able to meet people who were more similar to you than the people that you were performing for. And this helped you align with more love rather than fear. I feel like some of you became more authentic during this retrograde by being on your own, by disconnecting, and then reconnecting. Also, you have another mantra that says, when I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. Yes, I feel like some of you may have been stripped away from a certain connection, and or environment, community, or something like that during the retrograde. Like you took some time away from that investment, and it probably made you more grateful for, you know, what it was that you were moving towards. Like I'm just getting somebody had a renewed sense of hope or faith after a retrograde. And it was because you stopped operating from a space of fear or self-doubt or judgment of others, and you started loving yourself first. Okay, loving yourself first and finding people who also love you. So that's what I got from my Pile 2s. Thank you so much for watching Pile 2. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Talk to you guys later. Hi, Pile 3. You're the pile that chose image 3. All right. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 8, 5, 35, and 40. Somebody could be a Leo or Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon in specific, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Moon in specific. I'm also seeing Leo and Virgo, Aries, and Taurus, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Libra, and Taurus as the most relevant signs in this pile. All right. This message is kind of complex. Some of you, what this retrograde has taught you, or your advice moving forward after this retrograde, has a lot to do with you realizing or recognizing that you don't need people's forgiveness and or I almost want to say like forgiveness. I want to say forgiveness, or you don't need to make amends, or you don't need other people's forgiveness in order for you to move forward. Or maybe even like an apology or something like that. Like there's something here about closure or needing to make amends or feeling like maybe you needed an answer for why certain things took place in the past. I feel like some of you have realized that it isn't necessary when you know what it is that you deserve or something like that. Yeah, when you know what it is you deserve, because I'm picking up on this energy prior to the retrograde. First off, something about car issues are significant. I don't know if you were having issues with your car prior to the retrograde, pile 3, or if you have issues with your car. I don't feel like you're having it now. Some of y'all were having issues when it comes to payments related to a car or saving up for a car, or maybe not feeling good enough because of something related to a car in the past. Something could have kept you in a state of comparison or, again, not feeling good enough or feeling like you had to work really hard towards a certain goal at some point in time. But for some reason, like it's tied into other people. So again, I don't know whether you were like trying to save up and keep a car or make money to travel to someone, or you were like trying to save up and keep a car to make sure that you kept up appearances with other people, or if it's not just about a car, it could have to do with movement forward. Some of you were wanting to move towards something. Could be a person, could be an outcome, a goal, or something in the past. And I feel like your motivation behind it was stability or money, or to be seen as stable, to be seen as someone that has money. But during the actual retrograde, some of you may have experienced a reconnect with someone. You could have connected with somebody. You could have revisited a connection. You could have been reconciled with someone, or there's something here about you connecting with someone from your past. Could have been a family member, could have been a friend. Some of you, it could have been your own inner child that you were reconciling with. But I'm getting this energy here of you connecting with someone, and I don't know if your connection with this person, like reconnecting with this person, put you in a space of feeling like whatever it was you were focused on prior isn't important. Like I'm kind of getting the vibe here where like maybe you were really critical of yourself or really hard on yourself prior to the retrograde, but during the retrograde, whoever you connected with or whoever you were talking to, somebody reminded you of why what you were manifesting wasn't important, or why what you were manifesting, wasn't something you needed at the time. It's like your motivations behind those things changed during the retrograde. And it could have been because you ended up talking to someone that you felt like, again, I don't know if you were trying to prove yourself to a specific person, or like, again, when we talk about this whole movement forward thing, like maybe you were telling somebody like, yeah, I'm going to save up and then I'm going to travel towards you. I'm going to have the money to take you out more. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. And then you came into contact with someone, or you reconnected with a version of yourself that kind of reminded you why you didn't need those things to be fulfilled, or why you didn't need those things to be around people who genuinely loved you. Some of you were reminded why you were loved, or reminded of what you loved during this retrograde. Yeah. Who you feel connected to, who you feel connected around, you know, even down to this whole idea behind you saving the money to move forward, or saving the money to impress other people. Again, I don't think your whole motivation for what you did was only for other people, but it kind of feels like let's say this is around a familial thing. Some of you could have really been trying to prove to your family, or prove to someone specific, that you were stable, that you were worthy, that you were on the right path. And in the process of being in that energy, you could have came into contact with a specific person, or again, a version of yourself that was reminded of a time where those things didn't matter in order for you to be loved, or those things didn't matter when it came to your worth. Yeah. There was a lesson around money for you during this retrograde, pile 3. Even if you have money, even if you aren't having issues with your money, I'm getting some of you were reminded that money doesn't make the person, or the lifestyle that you want will come in due time. Like, you don't have to be fully prepared to be loved, or if there was anybody in your life that you felt like you needed to make amends with in a way that felt like, I don't know, superficial. Some of you may have been reminded that that wasn't what you needed. Yeah. That wasn't what you needed to be loved. There's an oracle out here. Let me clarify this. You definitely could have had some real, like, soul-stirring conversations during the retrograde, or you had some epiphanies that were significant when it comes to your confidence, your motivations behind what you do. Yeah, some of you guys weren't focused on love at some point in time, even loving yourself. Some of y'all had a realization that you were in a really toxic energy during this retrograde. Pile 3. Some of y'all realized you were in a really toxic energy, or that you were really obsessed with how you were being viewed. You were really obsessed with the material world in a way where it felt like, I don't know, I feel like you had to redefine what happiness was for you. Some of you were afraid of being happy. Some of you were afraid of being exposed. Some of you didn't want to be seen as broke, or you didn't want to seem unworthy. Like, some of you were afraid to be seen as like not worthy. Yeah. And it was kind of distorting the way you viewed the future, or your motivations for the future. But after the retrograde, I see a lot of you like finally breaking out of this space of feeling unworthy, or finally breaking out of this space of judging yourself for not having or being enough, and going after something that you want. Either becoming the version of yourself that feels like you deserve love, or going after someone that you feel deserves you, or that you feel you deserve love from. Something like that. Somebody in this pile could have been healing a mother wound. Okay. Father wound as well, but I'm getting something here about your mother. Some of y'all could have reconnected with your mother. Could have been a baby mom. a child's parent, something like that, or a sister, daughter. I'm getting feminine energies. If you didn't reconnect with someone like this, some of you are moms. Why is Pile 3's mom so significant in this reading? I'm hearing the song Someone to Love by Mint Condition. Some of y'all were in conflict with your mother. Yeah. Your mother could have been the person that you felt, or whoever this is. If it's not your mom, it could be a baby mom, wife, whatever it is. Some of y'all could have had someone in your energy that you felt like either, again, you had to compete to prove yourself to, and or you were doing all that extra stuff to be loved by this person at some point in time. And if this is two people that I'm talking about, like if some of you were proving yourself while you were in a relationship, some of you may have realized, like during the retrograde, that it was from a space of not feeling worthy of love from your mom. But some of you may have realized during the retrograde that like your mother does love you, and or that you don't need to prove yourself to be loved if it wasn't love from your direct mother. Like you could have came into contact with feminine energies that loved you simply for being you, and that made you realize like, oh wow, why am I working so hard to be seen as worthy when I'm already worthy? I keep hearing Someone to Love by Mint Condition. Let me get you a mantra to close out this reading. What's the mantra for Pile 3? You got 4 mantras. I'm going to give you 4, you guys. Oranges are significant in this pile, or citrus fruits may be relevant. Also, your orange energy is like your sacral chakra. So there's something here about your sexual health or your sexual energy. Maybe some of you guys had some sort of trauma around that was also healed during this retrograde. This is even giving me the vibe of people trying to prove themselves because of like not feeling worthy of other people. Maybe you were trying to prove yourself financially because you felt like, maybe you didn't feel like you were being embraced on a physical level or something like that. But I'm getting that there were other opportunities, or there are other opportunities where you are accepted on all levels in this pile, where you don't have to prove yourself to be loved, or where you don't have to compare yourself as much as you were. Your mantras. You have to begin the practice of allowing. I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. You also have, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. You also have another oracle. It says, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. And bottom of the deck, you have, when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. For some of you, I don't know if you were struggling with your finances during the retrograde, or again, if you were just in a space of feeling like you needed to have more, to be more, or to be accepted or seen as valuable. But there's an energy here of you needing to know that your energy is currency, Pile 3. The energy you give, the time that you share, the time that you spend with certain people means more to them than the money you contribute, or that you're worthy of love regardless of what it is you contribute financially or something like that. That's a message in this reading for Pile 3. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 4. You're the pile that chose image 4. Before we actually get into this message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. Also, Pile 4, I know the image is of like these strawberries that are floating on a river or something like that. I don't know the spiritual meaning behind strawberries. I might put them on the screen, but that could be significant. I choose these images at random, sometimes prior to actually getting in the piles. So it's not always like, sometimes it's an after the fact thing. Sometimes it's a before the reading type of thing. This time it was before the reading, but I don't know how the message was going to go with the actual image. So, strawberries could be significant for someone. Now, numbers that are relevant. I'm getting 30, 1, 14, 43, 11, 29, and 48 as relevant numbers in this pile. Somebody could be a Pisces or an Aries, an Aquarius or a Capricorn, a Taurus or a Gemini, a Cancer or a Leo, a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, Sagittarius or a Capricorn, a Libra. Oh, no. Libra, well, Libra could be significant in this pile. I'm seeing Scorpio and Sagittarius again. For some reason, while I was sitting here, I was thinking about how much I like saying certain zodiac names. Very odd. I don't know what's going on in this pile. Um, Even giving you the little tangent beforehand, something about communication could be significant, pile 4. Maybe some of you guys got more communicative during this retrograde, or some of you are just being authentic or just saying how you feel, because even me having these little tangents, it's just normal for me. So I don't know if this is something that's significant for you all. I'm kind of getting the energy of someone that may have previously felt like people didn't care what you said. But let me keep going. Dang, there's a lot of energy in this pile. Somebody in here could be an intuitive. I'm getting Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are the most relevant signs in this pile. Now, pile 4. This energy is kind of sad. Not super sad. Oh, also somebody could be a Pisces moon or a Sagittarius moon. That's a side note. But this energy is kind of sad, not because it's like super sad or anything like that, but more so because I feel like prior to this retrograde, some of you guys could have really been in a space of trying to, you were loving people or wanting to show love to people, and maybe even desiring more connections with people, but it could have been coming from a space of like not loving yourself. Pile 4. Some of you were really trying to be accepted or loved by people or seen as valuable amongst people, but you weren't actually loving yourself how you needed to. You may have felt like you needed to make amends with certain people, or like you needed to right your wrongs in certain dynamics and things like that, and let go of grudges and be open to the new during this retrograde, which is beautiful energy to be in. But I also feel like in the process of you embracing this energy of like, I want to connect, I want to get to know people, I want to be loved, I want to be supported, you may have also started to realize like that you want to be supported, but you want to be supported and loved by people who see the real you, who appreciate the real you, who don't need you to change in order for you to be loved. Okay? And that type of love starts with you. Pile 4. Seems like a lot of you needed some time to find a second of appreciation for who you are. Like, it's almost like some of you stopped looking at the time that you were investing in other people, or just the time that you were investing in things outside of yourself, and started to focus on how you were loving yourself, what you were pouring into yourself, how much focus you were pouring into your dreams. You know, you stopped focusing so much on the past and you started focusing on the present moment, how you can enjoy being present, how you can have conversations with people that, show the best version of you, or show the parts of you that you were hiding at some point in time. Your heart was really activated during this retrograde. Even though this pile was sad for a second, it's not that sad. It really isn't that sad. This is actually a really beautiful message. Some of you learned how to love yourself during this retrograde, or you found a newfound love for yourself during the retrograde, because you realize that even if you aren't receiving the love that you give, that you are still lovable, or that you are all that you need or something. Okay? Some of y'all could have gained a pet during the retrograde, or maybe you realized you wanted a pet, or some of you may benefit from getting a pet if you don't already have one. Like some of y'all may realize, like, I don't need a partner, I need a pet. Or, I can get to know people or have more friends, but right now all I need is like a companion. Like I want a pet. Like I'm getting, some of you may have needed a pet, or maybe you would benefit from being around more animals. Maybe you're getting a lot of signs from animals. Something about animals are significant in this pile. Something about symbolism is significant between the strawberries and these animals and things that I'm picking up on. 555 on the timestamp. I feel like something in your life definitely changed. Some of you stopped painting yourself as the villain in other people's story. Okay. Again, maybe at some point in time you were aiming to be loved by people that, or like forgiven by people that did not want to forgive you, or loved by people that did not want to love you, or something like that. And instead of keeping that focus on those people, you really took this retrograde to focus on you. And I feel like you came out on the other end a new version of yourself, a better version of yourself even. Some of you could have started a business, or revamped a business, or felt more confident, about what you were worth. Because now I'm hearing that City Girl song that's like, I don't work jobs, B, I am a job. I mean, I don't work jobs, B, I am a job. Like I'm getting, some of y'all were like, I don't know. Some of you embraced just being yourself, being on your own time, whatever you felt your standard was, or, there's like a newfound confidence. I keep getting newfound, like you never had this experience before. There was a period of self-discovery that you went through during this retrograde that helped you find a version of yourself that you never knew existed. Because you were so focused on pouring into other people, or trying to be loved by people who genuinely didn't see you for who you were, or genuinely didn't appreciate you for who you were. And once you started appreciating yourself, it was like, oh my gosh, like I love me. I should be loved. I love me. I deserve to be loved. I forgive me. Like I'm getting, some of y'all got real in love with yourselves. And that's what you were supposed to do. That's what you were supposed to do during the retrograde. So that you could feel more worthy of what's to come. Some of you are connected to another pile. But yeah, I'm just getting a real strong vibe in this pile that like you had a new emotional beginning during this retrograde that was meant to help you forgive yourself for past conflicts and help you apologize if need be. But you stopped fighting to be loved, and you started loving yourself, and you stopped looking over the things that didn't work out for you. And you just, it's like you gave yourself a clean slate. And in the process of giving yourself a clean slate, you may have started to realize, that you were all that you needed, or that you deserve better treatment from people. I feel like you realize you deserve better treatment from people, like that you were worthy of something better than what you were receiving, because you hold a lot of value on your own. I'm hearing, what song is that? Cameron D and Destiny, Charlie's Angels. Come on. Question? Whatever song that is. Is that not IND? INDEP. Is it independent? I don't know. The song from Charlie's Angels. I'm hearing that song where Beyonce's like, question? Okay, you're buying the shoes on your feet. You bought them. The clothes you're wearing. You bought them. The rock you're rocking. You bought it because you depend on you, because you want it. Like I'm getting, some of you guys realize that you didn't need other people. Not even that you didn't need other people, but you don't need other people to feel good. You know, like it's you in spirit. You need you in spirit to feel good, to feel supported, to see the bigger picture of things, to know that you are worthy. All right. Mantras. I'm giving everybody mantras for each pile. And your mantras in this pile 4. You have: when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. When I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. You also have another oracle here that says it's good to feel good. Wonderful. It's good to feel good. Some of y'all may have realized, like, where you choose to put your focus is what will thrive. And some of y'all were pouring your energy into people that were not supporting you. So you finally decided to pour your energy into your passions, yourself, spirit, and you realize that that's all you needed. Something like that. That's beautiful. I took a picture of the mantras. They should be on your screen, but that's all that I have, pile 4. This is a nice pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 5. Last but not least, you're the pile that chose image 5. Before we actually get into your message, let's get into the numbers and signs that are most relevant in this pile. I'm seeing 4, 6, 36, 50, and 31 as relevant numbers in this pile. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus. Someone could be a Cancer or a Gemini. I'm getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Libra. Someone could be a Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Leo, Leo, Moon in specific, Taurus and Gemini, Aries and Taurus, Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in this pile. Your signs, someone else's signs could be relevant in this message. Now, this message, you're going to have to figure out where you fit in pile 5, because for some of you, this is definitely a message around you finally moving out of your South Node. And if some of you were operating in your South Node energy prior to the retrograde, you may have realized how that was not of benefit to you during the retrograde. Some of y'all could have South Node and Gemini. All right. Or some of y'all could have been dealing with a Gemini. Or there's something here about, and no shade to Geminis, I love Geminis, but I am getting like some sort of conflict with someone, or someone manifesting conflict. So some of you could have been causing drama, or you could have been dealing with someone that was causing drama. And again, they don't have to be a Gemini, but, and I don't want to maintain this stereotype, but I am getting some sort of message here around like two-faced, someone being two-faced, or someone kind of living for the drama prior to the retrograde. Somebody was living for drama or living for competition or enjoying drama or enjoying competition at some point in time, and it was because they weren't fully healed. This could even be a thing too, where like somebody was benefiting off of some sort of drama being perpetuated, or somebody was enjoying, if it isn't drama, I'm getting like, again, competition. Maybe you had people that were competing for you. Maybe you guys liked people competing with you. Maybe you guys enjoyed having a lot of options or having a lot of people around you, or just kind of manipulating things. Somebody was in a space of manipulating things. And I know for the image, I chose the woman and the man that are like sitting in the chair. But if you look at her leg, there's like that devil tail. Like some of y'all could have been dealing with someone that had these like devilish ways. Like maybe they enjoyed causing chaos, or maybe they enjoyed stirring the pot, whether it's a man or a woman, or this could have been you. Pile 5, some of y'all could have been in a spot where it was like you played devil's advocate. You enjoyed the drama. You enjoyed the, the little bit of messiness that came with competition, or came with an energy from your past. So again, either this is somebody's energy from your past, like a literal person from your past that had this energy. That person could have been relevant before the retrograde, but maybe during the retrograde, you pulled your energy away from this person and started to focus on yourself, and you realized like, oh no, this person's drama. Some of y'all had someone in your energy that you realized was drama and you pulled your energy away from this person. Others of you realized that you were drama. And during the retrograde, you may have spent some time on your own and started to realize what type of seeds you had been sowing karmically. And you were like, nah, this ain't it. Like I'm getting somebody started to realize that their actions were causing more conflict than good. Or somebody started to realize that someone in their energy's actions were causing more conflict than good. And like being around this person or entertaining this person or possibly even competing with this person. If some of you were competing with someone at some point in time, you may have realized that competing with them, staying in conflict with them, or keeping up this energy of like, I don't know, manipulating things wasn't going to benefit you when it came to your manifestations. Some of you had a lot of focus on other people in the past, and during the retrograde, you realize like, I'm focused on the wrong things. Like my priorities are shot. I'm getting kicks out of manipulating things. Let me clarify this manipulation thing that I'm picking up on. Why is this here? Some of you, what's the manipulation thing here? Some of you somebody wanted to be chosen. Heavy on the air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of y'all could have been dealing with someone that really wanted to be chosen by you to the point where they were causing conflict in other connections. And that was getting in the way of you focusing on the right things, focusing on yourself even. But for others of you, this is your energy. You might have been in a spot where you were really trying to be chosen, or you wanted to be seen as like top dog. You wanted to be seen as the most important. You wanted to be seen as the best option, the best person, the most valuable or something like that. But your way of going about it wasn't beneficial to you. Or maybe it was beneficial to you, but it wasn't beneficial long term. It's like the idea of like, you know, taking the shortcut or wearing the mask to be liked or doing something in order to get a certain outcome, not knowing that the outcome is not actually what you want. That's what I'm getting. Some of y'all may have realized during this retrograde that something that you were doing was not going to get you the outcome that you wanted. Or like something that you were doing was not actually what you wanted to do. Or was not going to be beneficial to you. I'm also getting a keeping up with the Joneses vibes. Maybe some of y'all were like trying to be seen a certain type of way. Yeah, trying to be seen a certain type of way for other people's sake. Or to be liked by other people. Not knowing that like confidence comes from within. Somebody in here, if this is not your energy, this is somebody's energy around you. Some of y'all could have disconnected from someone that was like this. Others of you were in this energy, but I keep getting this energy here of like someone realizing their own ways, or somebody realizing that there were certain people in their energy that were keeping them in their old ways. You definitely closed out a cycle of your life during this retrograde. For some of you, it was around competing, trying to win at all costs. Yeah. Being spiteful. Wanting drama. Wanting to compete. Wanting others to compete with you. Some of y'all broke out of that. Because I feel like it came from a space of Some of y'all, somebody in here, again, I'm really picking up on this heavy. Somebody could have been trying to, like, either you cut off somebody like this, or this was your energy, Power 5. Somebody in here was really trying to be seen as the best option, or liked the most, or something like that. Like, it's funny because even though this is in like a darker energy, this is giving me like pick me. No shade. But it's giving me a pick me vibe. Like, some of y'all, even if you were coming off like you were being messy or something like that, you were being messy because you wanted to be chosen, or you were orchestrating conflict and drama because you wanted to be the one that came out on top or something like that, or somebody else was doing this around you. But I feel like this didn't benefit you or another person. So your advice after this retrograde, especially if this is your energy that I'm picking up on, is really to let go of the past and to focus your energy on your own success, your own happiness, your own growth. Yeah. Some of y'all were sad. Somebody was sad. Somebody was competing and causing drama because they were sad about something. Some of y'all could have been sad because you felt like somebody else was chosen over you. Some of you could have felt sad because you felt like, I don't know, you were comparing yourself. I'm hearing the song that's like, it's from Rugrats. It's the song between Phil and Lil, where it's like, Phil Yan, Lil Yan, what are you something to do? That's so random. Somebody in here has twins, or you could be a twin. Some of y'all could have been like competing with someone. You could have been competing with your twin, or somebody wanted to, like, I don't know, Phil Yan, Lillian. Phil Yan, Lillian is so cute. Why am I channeling that? Phil Yan, Lillian. That's what I'm channeling. Somebody's name could be Phil or Lillian. Phil. Wait, what's the advice for Power 5? Your message kind of felt like we were just addressing what was going on. Power 5, it's time for you to change. Yeah, it's time for you to change. Some of y'all have been needing to end something for a while now. And I'm even getting like, this could be like an ego death. Like, some of y'all needed to go through an ego death in order for you to move forward and go towards what you actually wanted. And I feel like you did, or you will, or you have. Yes. For some of you, this competitive spirit came from your family dynamic. Okay. For others of you, like, it's like your inner child was competing. Your inner child was causing drama. Your inner child felt like it needed to be in this energy to be seen, or to be supported, or to be like, to come out on top. And you realize that that wasn't beneficial to you long term. Yeah, could have been around some sort of father wound or mother wound. That's what I'm saying. I'm also getting to, like, if you weren't competing, maybe some of you guys just enjoyed a lot of attention. Like, I'm getting like, all attention is good attention. Like, somebody could have been in the spot where it was like, I don't care if this is bad attention, good attention, if I'm the villain, if I'm the, I mean, I'm not telling you that you should care if you are the villain. Some of y'all, sometimes you're going to be the villain either way. But I'm getting like this vibe where some of you were like, I don't know, willing to win at all costs. Some of y'all started to realize too, like, trying to win at all costs did not help you make friends, or did not help you, build solid relationships. Like, You were just keeping competitors. All you had was competition, you know? Or this is what someone else has been going through. Some of y'all might have broke away from this type of person. Yeah. Whereas like all they wanted to do was compete. They might not have wanted a solid connection. They just wanted to be better than you. Somebody's working on that. Or you need to work on that if that's you. Your mantras in this reading, to close out this reading, pile 5. You have, when I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. Yes, instead of competing and comparing and trying to be chosen and all of this stuff, when you surrender your desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. Some of y'all need to give certain things up to God and just have faith that it'll work out in the end if it's meant for you. You also have, I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. I'm also getting something here about gossip. I don't know if you were a gossip at some point in time, pile 5, but some of y'all may have stopped gossiping and like put the focus back on you. You know what I'm getting to? Like, when it comes to gossip, right? The person who's gossiping is always, or the person who's causing the drama or whatever it is always gonna make the person who isn't causing the drama look way more important. You feel me? I don't care if you're spilling people's secrets. I don't care if you're dogging somebody out. I don't care if you're like letting everybody know something like extremely horrible about someone. Or even, because it doesn't have to be real. Gossip isn't always real. I don't care if you're saying something that, like, again, it's hard to disprove. Something about the person that's spreading the gossip or being messy or causing the conflict or saying the mean thing, they never, or very rarely, do they win. They very rarely win. Pile 5. The person that's causing the drama, the person that's being messy, somebody's name could be Missy. The person that is wanting to tear other people down in the process of building themselves up always looks foolish in the end. Okay? So that could have been something that you learned during this retrograde as well. Like, let who you are speak for yourself. You don't need to tear other people down in order for you to thrive. Or this could have been someone you moved away from. Or types of people you moved away from. It may not even have been a specific person. It may have been like a type of group of people or a type of way of thinking that you adopted from your childhood or something. If you had parents that were gossips, or if you had parents that were competitive, or if you had parents that would compare, or siblings that did this or something, some of y'all were carrying this energy in the real world and it was not benefiting you long term when it came to your goals or what you wanted to accomplish. You were so focused on competing that you weren't competing with yourself. Like, you weren't bettering yourself. So some of you are starting to realize that, like, I need to focus on me. Or your advice past this retrograde, or post the retrograde, is you need to focus on you. Okay? You either need to get away from people who are in this energy, or you need to stop being in this energy. All right? So that's what I have for pile 5. Pile 5, this is the longest pile. I don't know if that resonates with you or if that made sense. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance.